Dad was gone. Mom would drop me at nursery school. We'd walk down the street. We'd see all the shop owners. Joe would come out. He would tell us about his weekend at Fire Island with Roger.
So cute.
And so I didn't know what the hell that meant. Like, they're really good friends. That's great. But it was like
his roommate.
Roommate. It was what it was, Hey, welcome to the Fatherless Cheat Sheet. I am Andrew, your host, your fatherless friend, your Miller Lite of mentors, your quasi-big brother. I like to try to help you out with what's going on with the stuff that I learned along the way and didn't learn and screwed up again, and here we are. We have a fun show today. We're talking to Caleb Zeringue. He's a comic, he's a writer, he's a producer based in the San Francisco area. And we talk a lot about using that comedy as a protective shield. Something I've always done my whole life since I was a kid, sort of redirecting some of that attention off of myself into something funny. And truth be told, I would often turn the joke onto myself to try to beat somebody to the punch. To this day, I use self-deprecation all the time. My wife doesn't like it. Don't talk about yourself like that. Well, if I don't do it, someone else is going to do it, and I'll at least be funny. So that's why I try to do that. And when it comes to comedy as well, especially stand-ups, what I enjoy about stand-ups is that they're kind of taking their stuff, and they got a lot of it, as everybody does. Everybody's got stuff, and they lay it out there for you, and they do it in a funny way and in a relatable way, a good comic, I should say. And it makes you, it can take the air out of sort of whatever's going on in their life. Or it's therapeutic when you can get up on stage and do that. And Caleb's no exception. He's a very entertaining, funny comic, and he talks about some raw, real stuff about his life. And he was kind enough to come on and share some of that with us today. So I hope you enjoy it today on the Fatherless Cheat Sheet. All right. Here we go. Guys, welcome back to the Fatherless Cheat Sheet. I'm really excited to have Caleb Zeringue here. Very funny, very entertaining comedian with a lot of life to talk about, and I'm really excited to have him. I appreciate his time. Caleb, how are you?
I'm well. How about you, Andrew?
I'm doing great. Thanks for joining us on the Fatherless Cheat Sheet. And what I noticed about your comedy, sort of diving way in, you speak so frankly, and you I love that about when comedians can really tell their story in an effective way, but in a way that some of the stuff is heavy stuff, but you really make it light and accessible for the audience. And I appreciate that. I want to hear from Louisiana. I want to hear about Dad. I want to hear about all this stuff if you're up for talking about it, because it makes for a great comedy. So tell us about yourself and your start in comedy, all that good stuff.
Well, I was really trying to bum people out, so I'm sad that it made you happy, unfortunately. It's really funny to hear people talk about my comedy, because I have done a few podcasts on it now, and I'm like, oh yeah, people listen, like they watch it and they listen. And I'm like, oh, I thought that was just for me whenever I'm up there most of the time. So thanks for watching it.
Sure.
Yeah, I had somebody come up and they were like, I went through a divorce too. And I was like, how did you know it? And they're like, you said it on stage. And I was like, oh, right. Great. I got into comedy like most good comedians after a divorce. And so I was kind of just really feeling sad, like literally just laying in the bathtub thinking like, man, I really don't feel great about myself. I hate myself. I hate what's going on in life. And then I was like, I don't want anybody else to feel like this.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of thinking, what do I like doing the most? It's when I'm with a group of friends, making them laugh. Basically, how do I use comedy to make them feel less shame and pain for all these different things going on in their life? So that's how I got into the world of comedy.
And I'm glad you did, because you could hear the laughs from the crowd. And I think that when nobody's comfortable doing comedy. Nobody's comfortable speaking in front of a crowd. It's like one of the biggest fears, next to rats and the apocalypse. So when you have the ability to go up there and be vulnerable and share your story, and people say, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I went through that thing, and he's making light of it, so they can leave sort of with that good feeling. You made them feel good about that thing. So it's not an easy thing to do. And boy, I love your energy on stage. You're just upbeat. It's
Thank
great.
you. I'm blackout the entire time just from anxiety. No,
it's not easy. It's not easy to get up there. It's not, because you're thinking about you're trying to get laughs. I've done some open mics. I don't do a ton of
Really?
stand up. Yeah, but it's first of all, you go to an open mic and there's three other guys that hate your guts and they don't want you. They don't want to see you be
Yeah,
funny.
it's the saddest place in the world is an
It's
open
very
mic, I
sad.
would
Yeah.
say. Yeah. It's not
Not easy.
if you go to an open mic, go to a real show and you'll feel better about yourself afterwards, I think, too.
100%. If you could crack that stage, and you have a lot of fun stuff going on. But I want to talk to you because, again, you speak so frankly about even when you grew up in the South, and
Mhm.
the bullying and things like that and stuff with your dad. I mean, I think most comedy does come from a place of pain. Do you sort
Yeah.
of feel that way? You take from some of those other experiences?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I have kind of like a fractious relationship with my dad, which is why this
Mhm.
is such an interesting podcast to me.
Yeah.
He wasn't present much in my life, and he
Mhm.
cheated on my mom on and off a bunch of times, got multiple women pregnant. But I think like the really interesting thing is his dad was similar to that, and of course he's coming from his past background and trauma. But what I learned in that family is like you use comedy to make everybody feel better, and also a way to avoid feelings. Haha, you know.
You're right. Of
So it's a
course.
good balance between the two of them, honestly.
Yeah, totally, and it's like it's that armor that you prepare yourself with, and my wife gets mad at me all the time because 'cause I'm one of the most self-deprecating people,
Yeah.
but as a kid growing up without a dad, I was husky. It was just armor for me. It was like,
Same.
I'm gonna beat you to the punch. I'm gonna make
Yeah.
fun of myself first so you can't hurt me,
Right.
right?
And are you from New York? You're from, yeah, I saw you went to school in Syracuse, but where are you from
Oh,
originally?
no, I didn't. I'm from, New York City, Brooklyn, New York. I live in Jersey
You
now.
are.
I didn't go to Syracuse. No,
Oh, okay. Then my
that's a
AI was
different
a
guy.
liar.
That's
So I
okay.
sincerely apologize.
There's
This
a
goddamn it AI,
here's
I'm going to yell at you
I tell you,
now.
I would've killed to go to Syracuse, though. Great communications,
Okay.
they wouldn't have let me in there,
I was
but
like, you look Italian. You've got the voice. You have
yeah.
such a good voice, by the way.
Mm,
mine is so faggy,
thank you.
so,
Oh,
you know,
thank you. No, that's very
so
kind.
gay. Yeah.
Thank you,
But,
yeah.
East Coasters, I think, are similar and like to Southerners, like you just tear each other apart and stuff. That's why
Mhm.
I don't do so well in SF. I'm a
Right.
little too harsh on the people here compared to New
Right.
York, you know?
Right, I got you. You see, and how is that sort of like growing up down south, now living in San Francisco, and like how do the two compare? Or when did you move out there, by the way? Was it a long time ago or recent?
Well, I have a kind of newer joke that's like I've lived in 16 different states actually because my dad served as a member of the bipolar community. So,
Okay.
we've moved all around. But I've been in San Francisco the longest I've ever lived
Okay.
anywhere, 11 years now. So,
Oh,
yeah.
that's a good clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And
In the
so,
city from New York. I was a
yeah.
nurse in New York, actually. So,
No
yeah.
kidding. Jeez.
Yeah.
Do you ever do any not that it's always funny, but do you ever do any material on that? Because that's gotta be quite interesting.
No, I was actually just thinking I need to start doing it because, yeah, one thing I wish my dad would have taught me is like financial management, and I have a
Mhm.
ton of student debt. And so I kind of am like, man, I should have gotten a tech sooner because that's my day job now. I could have
Right,
paid
right.
off all my bills deciding a button color. Instead, I was a dumbass saving lives, like
Yeah, yeah.
idiot.
How
Um,
dare you?
I know. So yeah, that
Yeah.
and then I had like New Yorkers come up and be like, my son went to Juilliard and his friends having people from Grindr and he's fucking them all the time. And I'm like, what is going on? Your dad is in a
Yeah,
coma, sis.
yeah.
What's going
They're
on?
smoking a parliament in the
Y-
room,
Yeah,
It's like, you can't
exactly.
smoke in the
I'm too
room.
gay to know what a parliament is, I have to be
That's
honest,
okay.
but I
That's
appreciate it.
okay. It's just a cigarette. This is just a cig. But no, it's, no, that's you should definitely write about being a nurse. I could only imagine what
Yeah.
was going on. I mean, it's just crazy. And again, you know, uh, why I think your comedy hits is because you're taken directly from your life almost. And what it feels like too is you do it in such like what's the word I want to use? Like effervescent way. It's like,
Oh,
did it happen today? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
did this thing happen today? It's good. It's like relevant. And I think when you can do that, when you could take that day, that's when people really sort of, that's a connective tissue comedically to things. When you're just going, here, I'm going to open my chest and try to make it funny. And
Yeah.
then you're going to look inside and see what's going on. So, you know, and it's It's all from when we were kids, man. It's
Yeah.
all this stuff, all that pain and all that stuff it's amazing the indelible mark that things from childhood sort of leave on you. It's sort of unbelievable.
Yeah. I think like what I really want to lean into, I think what I initially used comedy for is like in a way to attack back and get power, which
Mhm,
is it can be useful whenever somebody's attacking you. But like what I
mhm,
really want to use it for and aspire is like how do I show my pain so that you can like also show your pain and we can both
mhm.
connect on that level? Like how do I
Sure.
make fun of my foibles and all of my faults and all that stuff as well, rather than everybody else around me?
Sure. Yeah, exactly, and just get on board and let's do this thing together because, and I've learned so much even from doing this show and
Hmm.
just saying, "Hey, we're all kind of fucking screwed up, right?" I mean,
Yeah.
in one way, shape, or form, and I think the people I don't trust are the people that walk around saying that they're not.
I know, right? I trust a comedian way more than most people because I'm like, you're going to tell me every terrible thing about yourself. Like,
That's
if you
it.
act like you're so put together, I'm like, I don't trust you at all. At all.
That you
Not one
can't.
bit.
No, that's a facade. That's all bullshit, and I say it
Yeah.
constantly on this show, and I think that, when you get in the trap of doing that, it doesn't get you anywhere, and you can't really make any kind of human connections with anybody, and you can't help anybody either. I
Yeah.
mean, so I mean, it's all interesting. It's all above my pay grade. I'm not like any kind of I'm not qualified to even have this conversation, but I'm just saying. But, it's the comedians are really interesting and can be impressive people because you're taking this thing you're taking your experience, you're doing this scary thing that most people couldn't even think about doing, and you're trying to it's a worldview, it's an outlook that's interesting to me. When you
Yeah.
can take any story that you go through in your daily life and you could extrapolate that and take that story, you have a joke about Meemaw, and the punchline is funny.
What's the
And
word?
it's like, I won't no, 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 but
I almost got
it's
you,
like
you know?
no, it's like you just like, you kinda go, "Yeah, we're laughing with you," but at the same time, that happened to you, and it sucks.
Yeah.
And to be able to sort of to put that again, take that pain and put it into comedy. Again, the comedy and drama of everything, the juxtaposition is there, so,
Yeah.
what's your, like, joke writing process? Like, take me through I know you're a writer as well and writing
Yeah.
plays and things like that. Like, how do you get started and ideate and all that stuff?
Yeah. It's interesting because I think like comedy can be often like and this is not a bad thing. I actually like a straight male sport, which I think a lot of men are taught to be very isolated, right? And do everything on your own. Otherwise, it's not worth it. I mean, like,
Right.
yeah, I'm gay, but I'm still a man. So I got that
Sure.
raising too. So a lot of comedians will say, oh, I got to write my own and I got to do my own thing. I
Mhm,
actually was lucky enough to study with Heather Pasternak starting out.
mhm.
She was just on Funny AF, the Kevin Hart like comedy show, which
Oh,
is
nice,
really
okay.
cool.
Cool.
Yeah. And she's always said comedy is a team sport. And so that's
Mhm.
like been something that I keep with me. And so I take classes all the time. I'm in
Yeah.
classes with other comedians and we help each other write. And I think that's like, if you want to do this as a career, if you ever want to be in like a writing room, you have to learn how to write with people. So that's been really impactful for me. So that's one mechanism I would say. The other is another thing that I learned, Stephen Rosenfield, also in New York, he's fantastic, is like if you're talking, you're writing. So if I
Yeah.
make you laugh with something, I'm going to take a note on it, right? Like, so walking around, just talking to myself, looking like a crazy person, I just huff a bunch of cold brew and I'm like making random things. I'm like, faggot, poppers, like around the
Right, right,
neighborhood. My
right.
neighbors are like, there he is again, that old chum.
Right, right.
So I think it's a bit of like giving myself enough time and then bringing it to friends for critique and like going
Mhm.
back and forth. I'm still figuring out what's best for me, but those are the two systems I like the most right now.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds very, very, sustainable, I
Yeah.
think, though, that
Oh
and
God,
that's what
thank
you need
God.
to. Yeah, no, I mean, I just mean, when I write as well, it's like I have, just a billion notes in my phone. It's an exaggeration, but my point is like
So many
you
jokes
take
have died in my phone, dude.
of
So many
course,
jokes.
no
Yeah.
one will ever see them,
I know.
and
Yeah.
that's isn't that cool? It's almost like a diary of sorts or a journal.
Hmm.
You put it in there, and if it doesn't make you laugh and then you go, no one ever has to see this, but you let that steam out in that moment, and you take that thing. I always find that when I'm sort of sometimes I'll turn into a house cat if I have projects that I'm working on, writing this and that. And if I'm not out in the world, I'm not writing good jokes. It has to, because that's when that thing just hits you. And someone does something ridiculous in the parking lot of an Acme, and you go, okay, I've got to write this thing down, because you can't even make it up.
I'm looking at my text. I text myself a lot, ideas, and then I almost never go back unless they're really good. Let's see, what is the one that I did recently? There was something where I saw a play about like, this is not going to be funny if I can't get it. Let's see, it's on my phone.
Take your time.
Yeah, do you text yourself ideas?
I do. I usually, once in a blue, I'll do a text, but the notes in my phone. There used to be cocktail napkins. I used to have. I'm not like a Rolodex.
Are you in the mob? Like, please don't hurt me.
That's no, I would never.
You got the hair. You got the great hair for it too.
Thank you.
I just got a hair transplant, so I'm so jealous of yours. Yeah.
No, it looks great. You whatever. But
it's not grown in yet.
It's not there yet. All right, you can when you come back on the show down the road. Okay. It'll be like
down to my ass. Like, it'll be perfect.
Oh, is that you're gonna go real long? What are you gonna do? High and tight? Yeah. What's going on?
I'm going to get dreadlocks, actually. I think. No, I'm kidding.
Whatever you want. Isn't that the great part of life, though? You do whatever the hell you want. It's great. Whatever you want to do, that's what I like to do. Whatever the hell you want to do makes you happy. What the fuck is the difference? You know what I mean?
No.
So that's just how I feel.
Chill out,
but
everybody.
Just
let them do it.
Oh my God.
Okay, so this is like, another way I'll write is like go see shows. And that gives me a lot of ideas too whenever I go see other comedians.
Sure.
It's none of their ideas, but my brain will start working in the background. Mm-hmm. So like, I think I may have heard something about like a man. Oh yeah. Jessica Kirson. Do you know her?
Yeah, of course. She's great.
Yeah.
She's a really great comic. Yeah.
Absolutely murdered at the Castro Theater. She was talking about, as a lesbian, she faces a lot of like men back in the day saying, you're just a lesbian because you haven't had the right dick. And I was like, nobody says that about like gay men. Like, you haven't had the right pussy. They're like, it doesn't work for them. They're like, they're fine. They know what they want. They're good. Right. And I was like, that's messed up. Like, I think it's funny. It doesn't work the other way.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, that I'm sure someone made that horrible comment to her. And that's where that joke came from. And she kills. I mean, she's really funny. So super sharp. And that wit. But that again, it just to beat the drum. But like it comes from just horrible shit that people say or do. Right? It's just that pit of despair, if you will, and you got to take that stuff and turn that chicken shit into chicken salad or lemonade, whatever food euphemism. I think that good comics do that.
Yeah, I think so. I think it doesn't always have to feel terrible. I would say too. I think like there's like the thing of comedians are fucked up. I don't believe that. I think it's that we're just more open with like being messed up, like we said earlier. I think we're just like, this is who I am. I'm not going to hide it necessarily,
Sure.
But I think like it doesn't hurt sometimes. I think comics especially see hypocrisy and like contradictions and point that out pretty well, which is one of the better parts of comedy.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree. I think, a lot of people are sort of resigned in life to just sort of sit back and not comment. Well, now you have the comment section from the guy on the toilet bowl.
Yeah.
And that's
you?
No. I've never, I tell you what, Caleb, I take pride in the fact I have the one bad comment I ever made. I'll say this. It was, I went at it with Blanton's whiskey. And I'll call them out because you can't get a bottle of Blanton's. Fuck them. So I went at it with their social media guy. It was like 2020. I'm not kidding. I remember it was the only time.
I'm so excited for this story. Sorry.
I'm going at it with their social media guy. Because and the guy, and I made a comment like, yeah, nice marketing strategy, making the bottle so scarce that like an average Joe in COVID who just had a kid, can't get a bottle of his favorite whiskey. And I kept putting the comment. They just kept taking it away. But I know, right? Anyway, Blanton's, it's great whiskey, though, I will say.
Yeah.
But I that's like the only negative comment I've ever made online because I don't believe in it. I believe in, if I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself, I'm going to get about a foot away from your face and then 6 inches.
That's because
That's
you're very New Yorker. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I grew up in New York, whatever. And that's what we do. But some of these comment jockeys, man, I said on the show before, it is the land of the disenfranchised. That's all they have. There's a great story by Robert Towne, who wrote Chinatown, and he had another movie, and someone asked him, why do they curse so much in this movie? And he goes, because these guys, that's all they had. That's all the power that they had. And I think that's what goes on a lot of times now. And as a comedian, you're putting yourself out there and the comments and stuff, and you got to just fucking ignore that stuff because they don't know shit about shit,
It's that, or like sometimes most of the time, if you're a good comic, you keep control of the room, right? And so like people will challenge your authority. I don't like the lack of the better word, but like they'll challenge you, and like a big part of the game is figuring out how do you like keep control of the situation. And so like example, my partner on my new play, Jenny Zigrino, she has a thing from when she was heavier, and she's like, I'm fat, and people are always like, oh no, and like they clam up, and she's like, I said I'm fat, not ugly, like I'm still beautiful and stuff.
Right.
And she's like, that's like going to a short dude and saying, oh, you could be smart, or so. I don't know, I'm butchering the joke, but somebody's like, you are fat and you can't change that, but you could you can't change your height, but you can change your weight. And I was basically like, oh, well, you sound short, because she said short dudes are stupid in the joke, basically. Right. And then like 400 people liked it. And I was like, we won. You got to win the exchanges.
That's it. I mean, that's the new scales of justice now, which is hysterical.
I know.
Just wild.
That's not good, is it?
No, it's not. No,
good.
It's not. No. It's not. Caleb, it's not great. But, we just
everybody has to be a bad comedian now to win online, So
I tell you what, no, you're doing great work. Tell me about what's going on now. You have Drill Master, you have the Luigi thing. Well, like tell me a little bit about those projects.
Yeah, well, before that, I just wanted to say I think it's so funny that your meanest thing you ever did online was like, I want your whiskey. Like that. Yeah, it's like,
that kind of sums
you're
it
such
up.
a nice person. Mine is so embarrassing. Somebody said, this guy can't sing and he should kill himself. That's not exactly what he said, but like a review of Luigi the Musical. And I was just like, I was a gay boy in the South and you're mean and this was my first play. Right. And then I didn't realize it was going publicly to like the writer of the thing. And I was like, my bad. So you're doing much better than me.
I'm doing okay. There's a saying, discretion is the better part of valor, whatever the hell that means. But
that sounds really smart. Really smart.
I pulled it off because believe me, I'm not. But tell me about your projects right now and
sure.
Yeah.
So the Drill Master is really exciting. That's the play. It's going to be this Sunday, May 3rd. I'm sure. I don't know when this will go out, but we'll do a New York reading, so you'll have to come.
Yeah.
But it is the mostly true story of America's gayest founding daddy. Okay. And so, have you heard of Frederick Baron von Steuben? Have you ever heard of him?
I've not, but I'm definitely going to Google him later and check this all out.
He has von Steuben Day in New York, actually.
No kidding. Okay.
And like most people,
did he go to Syracuse? Is the question.
He did not go to Syracuse, but like most New Yorkers, he retired in Jersey.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
When he had kids, he moved to the burbs.
That's what you do.
Yeah. He's a gay Prussian that truly, this is true. Benjamin Franklin recruited him because we were getting our ass kicked in the Revolutionary War. Okay. Brought him over. He was a huge, and this I can say the word, faggot. And he like had like a gay French chef. He was polyamorous. He had his little French dog, and he showed up, turned the entire tide of the war. You wrote the military code of ethics we still use to this day. And none of us know about him because they were just like, hide him from history. He's gay, basically.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a story I did not know about. I will check it out. That's interesting.
Now you know.
So that's May 3rd. This will probably won't come out before that, but what I'll do is I'll try to send something out about it. But that's really cool. So you wrote that, you co-wrote that with Jenny.
Jenny Zigrino, yeah. Yes, she's such an amazing comic. She's been on Fallon and Conan and Dropout and all that stuff.
Cool.
I featured for her in Seattle, and that's how we got connected. So
nice. Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah. And how was that? Like, what's the scale of the production, and are you acting in that as well?
I am playing Hamilton. Lin-Manuel Miranda. I'm
All
gay
right.
this time because Hamilton was bi, and he did not mention that in that play. So I
Okay.
have words with him
He left
about
that
that.
out. Okay, I
Yeah.
got you. I got you.
But yeah, we're doing it now for Netflix as a joke festival, and
Mhm.
then we're looking to scale it to a Broadway production. So that's the trajectory. We say it's kind of Oh Mary meets Hamilton,
Okay.
in that kind of category. Did you see Oh Mary? You
Great.
familiar?
I'm not. I did not see it, but I am familiar. I know what it is.
I'm hanging
I
up this call right
No,
now. No, kidding.
I'm sorry. I'll do all my homework. I'll
It's
do my
too
homework
gay
after.
for me. No, I'm just
No, not
teasing
at
you.
all. I don't get Hey, look, I'm gonna say this. I went to my nursery school was on Christopher Street. So when I was a
Oh,
kid,
you in the West
we
Village. You know
we were
us, you
yeah,
know?
my mom would drop me off. Like I said, my dad was gone. Mom would drop me at nursery school. We'd walk down the street. We'd see all the shop owners. Joe would come out. He would tell us about his weekend at Fire Island with Roger.
So cute.
And so I didn't know what the hell that meant. Like, they're really good friends. That's great. But it was like
His roommate, you
his
know?
roommate. It was what it was. And meanwhile, and I always say I look like Bert and Ernie had a love child. So what the fuck's the difference? You know what I'm saying? Love is love, man. So it is what it
Yeah,
is. But yeah, I'll do all my homework afterwards. But no, that's
yeah,
exciting. I'm happy for you. That's really exciting stuff. And it sounds like you have such passion for it. And I think that's the most important thing
yeah.
about when you're working on projects, and also the collaboration piece, which is
Oh,
really resonates with me. I have a writing partner of 11 years, and
wow.
that it's one of my closest relationships. He's really been a mentor to me. Name is Matt.
Mm,
I agree with you. I think that the best comedy, our phone calls when we're just shooting the shit for 2 hours and a half or whatever, and my wife's, like, mad dogging me because it's a Sunday night, "Get off the phone," you know?
yeah,
But I'm like, "No, we got something going here." You start to do that little
yeah,
volley of the that seed turns into the idea, and then the play. So you're doing it right now. That's amazing, man. Great.
yeah. Yeah, Jenny is a very generous and great partner, and I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but, like, working in the creative world, I'm just increasingly drawn to, like, what partnerships feel really safe and powerful. Because like,
Yeah, sure.
you have to try a lot of bad stuff before you get to the
Mhm.
good stuff, and you need somebody that's not gonna judge you or criticize. Like, for me, I'm always looking for somebody that's gonna yes and my idea,
Sure.
like,
Of
and try to
course.
make it better. So, I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, there's a liberating nature to that because you're not afraid to say something really fucking stupid. You're not
Yeah.
afraid to go some terrible idea
Yeah.
that no, but I'm just like working through the idea. And what Matt and I always say, we always say, really bad example. Don't hold this against me. Da da da. We always say
Yeah.
that constantly, right?
Y Yeah, and well, and in comedy, I think it's like, you're like, "Oh, that went a little over the line," you know? You can try it on a comic before you get canceled
That's it.
publicly, You're like,
Exactly. Yeah.
because you gotta toe the edges with it a little
Yeah,
bit.
you don't wanna do that at a dinner theater in Kansas City, you know what
No,
I'm saying? You
no,
wanna
no, you don't wanna get chased out of town,
No,
Yeah.
right, right, the pitchforks and whatever. But,
Yeah.
so now I know, tumultuous, relationship and this and that, but what
Sure.
we do a segment on the show called "My Old Man Used to Say." Now, it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be from your dad, but is there any piece of wisdom, even a father figure or somebody gave to you along the way? Could even, whoever that it's sort of stuck with you and persevered all these years in your life.
Yeah. My, mom did the extra, like, double work while my dad was in
Mhm.
and out, and my sister has cerebral palsy, so
Okay.
she's been through, like, 13 surgeries, and so a big theme that my mom always said, the thing I'll always remember is, like, a person's a person no matter how small,
Mhm.
which she got from Dr. Seuss, I'm pretty sure, but that was, like, a big theme of mine is, like, always try to treat everybody the same, whether they're
Sure.
super rich or like super poor. And I
Mhm.
I did that as a nurse too. They have the private suites and they're like, the king of Saudi Arabia is here. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like he's gonna get his
Right.
meds the same time as everybody else.
Yeah.
So that's something I took to heart. Yeah. I did
Yeah, that
ask them for this segment too, by the way. If I can tell you some of their responses.
Yeah, yeah, please.
Okay. So then they said, my mom said, always wear clean underwear. It's just
That's great.
apparently, it ties to, like, don't get she was terrified of being in an accident and having dirty underwear because her mom told her never get in an accident with dirty underwear. So, and she got in a really major accident. And the first thing she said is like, I'm sorry, there's a hole in my underwear. Like they had to cut her out of the car. And she's like, there's a hole in my underwear. Is her first thing.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong, though. That's a good one. She's not wrong. That's a very applicable life skill right there. Clean
How
drawers
you doing on it today? No,
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
And then my aunt said, wish in one hand, shit in the other, see which one gets full faster. So that's a little Missouri for you. I don't really know what that means. So,
but you know what? That phrase is more of a feeling than anything else. I get
it's a
like
vibe.
I just felt that. It's a vibe. I felt that. I like that one. That's good. No, that was great. And what's your mom's name?
Lori.
Okay, Lori.
Yeah.
Lori knows what she's talking about, I will say.
Yeah.
And I find, I'm so sorry about your sister's struggles and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that and again, now no accident that you were a nurse and a caretaker, because I think that when you go through that, when you're seeing someone dealt a really difficult hand, that's true empathy, because you're sort of living and dying with that person's struggle. So I think, again, it all sort of goes into your comedy, and as you're worried about your audience and things like that, and I think it's going to suit you really well with these great projects. And this was great, man. It was really good to meet you and chat with you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Andrew. I really appreciate it.
You got it. Hopefully you come back on the show and we'll see what's going on with Van Buren and the whole thing. I got a lot of Wikipedia and Googling to do tonight.
Yeah. Von Steuben.
Okay.
You're going to love him.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of consonants. I'll figure it out. I'm a vowel guy usually at the end, but
fair.
I'm going to figure it out. But glad it out. Thank you so much, Caleb. I really appreciate your time. It's nice to have you.
Thank you, Andrew.
All right. Okay, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that episode. I sure did. I had a lot of fun talking to Caleb. It was fun, spirited, and just I love talking about writing and the processes and humor and all that stuff, especially when its foundation is painful or traumatic. Not that you want to laugh at that stuff, but you have to laugh through some of that stuff, or else it's not going to work out for you. You're going to have really a hard time parsing through some of those things. But it was really nice to have Caleb on. I really appreciate his time and his energy, and it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with him. His newest project, The Drill Master, right now is in staged readings at the Elysian Theater in Los Angeles. I know he's taking that around, trying to develop that a little bit more, get a bigger audience for that. And then he's also a touring comic based in San Francisco. So we'll keep an eye out for what Caleb's doing. And as for the Fatherless Cheat Sheet, YouTube, subscribe, Instagram, come follow me, come say hello. There's some funny stuff on there, some fun stuff beyond the show. And for the most part, let's build this up a little bit. Tell your friends, tell your aunt, tell your uncle, tell your cousins. Put an email list out there with a link to the show for me. Help me out, and we'll try to grow this thing. But until next time, this has been the Fatherless Cheat Sheet.